Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, meine Damen und Herren, señores y señoras, mesdames et herren, good evening, guten Abend, buonasera, buenas noches, bonsoir, boa notte, good Abend, good kveld, good afternoon, dobre večer, dobre večer, grüezi wohl, grüß Gott, jo estet kiva nox, salam alaikum, shalom, konnichiwa, xin chao, ni hao, annyeong. So, and let me just talk about two more things, which is Bonum Vesperum and, of course, Ionara. And, we have Beastyqt and Nerchio playing against each other. Of course, since 2 weeks, Nerchio is on Team Acer, but you can see this already here on the scoreboard. Now, Team Acer is a new team. It's basically a company team like Team Alternate Attacks, which is not an own pro gaming team itself. And here is Nerchio spawning as the red Zerg at the 6 o'clock. At the 12 o'clock we have Beastyqt as the orange Terran. Of course, those guys know each other for quite a while. The one is called Beastyqt is calling Nerchio Napchio from time to time, and Nerchio is calling Beastyqt all the time, of course. I was talking to Beastyqt before the game started, and I said, okay, so you're playing against Arthur Nerchio, and you win 3-0, and he said maybe he will let Nerchio win a game. Now, I asked Nerchio, and Nerchio did face and said he is Terran. Oops, wrong button, here we go. And this is interesting. Of course, we can see that they talk to each other, and Beastyqt was congratulating Nerchio on an entertaining games on the Total Biscuit Shoutcraft Invitational number 2, and Beastyqt saying so he's better than you, and Nerchio agreeing. And I really remember one game about 6 to 7 months ago. Nerchio was playing a game on Shakura's Plateau, and once again he was complaining about Protoss and Terran. And then someone said, oh, Nerchio's drone is about to go down. And then someone said, oh, it actually might be Beastyqt. So, if it weren't for all those imbalanced races, and if you would actually will be playing an imbalanced race, you will win all of your games since you are the best player in the world. And Nerchio said, yes. By the way, React Italian's coming up here for Beastyqt. Meanwhile, Nerchio is getting his first spine crawler. He's got some Zerglings in production, not just yet, but at least the Zergling speed upgrade. He's not mining any more gas. He's not having a Roach-Roaring in production, so let's see where this Reactor Hellions can go from here. There's the command center in production, there's the tech lab, so as soon as those two Hellions are out, I think we might see a building swap here with the factory and the barracks pretty soon. So, Hellions, huh? Here they are. Did they kill a Zergling? And apparently they killed not a Zergling because there was no Zergling. Now here is a Zergling, and Beastyqt is taking out the Zergling. Now Nerchio knows about the Hellions, but this spine crawler is finished. The roach run still takes another 40 seconds. So here's Hellion number 3 and number 4, by the way. There's the Marine, and oh, this Overlord is most likely going down. So, how about some in-game music as well? And here are the Hellions moving in. Okay, Spinecrawler repelling those. But the Roach Run is not even finished. He just can't go easily here at the mineral line. And this is where he needs to go. And he just realized, okay, the Roach Run just finished, so he can continue to kill just stuff. But now Nerchio is having more and more Zerglings. I would actually thought for a second he would move in, sacrifice the Hellions, but take out like 7, 8, 9 drones here. But looks like this is not what he intended to go for in the first place, so still wandering around or just driving around with his Hellion, but not doing too much though. Now here's the orbital landing at the natural expansion. There is the barracks, there is a starport, and here is this factory about to get finished. And here is the Zerglings. 11 Zerglings in total. Of course not being able to do much. And the supply depot was not up, so this is of course not so good. It's not that Beasty is afraid of him being scouted, because he's not going for any fancy play like Blue Flamers or like super thorough rushes, double port banshees. But still, it was just unnecessarily losing some SCVs here in the process as well. Now Nerchio was able to kill 6 SCVs, meanwhile Beasty was only able to kill 3 drones. Nerchio deciding to go for another expansion here in the bottom right high ground location. We can see that here's a refinery, there's a refinery coming up. We can see a second factory. He is going for the combat shield since the Stimpack upgrade is already finished. And there, Beasty is just getting more of those mariners. Now the question for me is, when is he going to get an engineering bay to of course go for the +1, a second engineering bay to go for the +1 armor, and of course an armory. Is he going to do this before he's building his command center number 3 to go for the second expansion or not? Now there's the first medivac out, providing some heal for the marines of course. And there we can see some Zerglings might be able to go for a 1/13 Zerglings is what he's having in total. Here are they moving in, and there's Beasty with a stim, and he should watch out where he's going with his forces. Now the siege tanks will be able to help out a little bit. And yes, all the Zerglings go down, but they still killed 1, 2, 3, 4 more SCVs, so that's unfortunate. Now here we can see Beasty is having some marines, he's moving out, but 20 marines are actually only 16 marines against 9 roaches. And it was only 9 roaches in production. They're just already having 22 roaches on the field, and those 22 roaches will be able to do quite some damage. So now it's up to Beasty to kill as many drones as possible. He killed 4 drones, lifting up all those marines. Now this medivac is flying over here, so Nerchio needs to react accordingly. He needs to split up his roaches. Does he know about those marines? No, he does not. Here are the stim marines moving in once again. Now at the same, lifting those up at the same time he's moving in the main base. And this is how you need to play against Nerchio. He needs to be super aggressive with the drops very soon, before he can get out many mutas, before he can get out all those infestors. Now he's dropping here to take out overlords and stuff. At the same time he's at the natural expansion, and still it's only the 16 marines he was having, and those 16 marines already do so much damage. Now he's lifted up those once again, and he's trying to go for the infestation pit. The infestation pit is most likely not to go down. A 30, a 20, a 10, a 15, 1 HP left, and in the last second this infestation pit goes down. The roaches, by the way, here at the natural pulled back, and they were able to kill an SCV, but that's not that big of a deal. The siege tank here in the back and those newly produced marines were all able to repel those roaches. Once again, he is in here with his marines, and he's just all over the place. The first infestor for the fungal is out, so at least was able to repel those. But when we can take a look at the amount of units killed, we can see 20 drones were killed. We can see that in terms of units lost, Nerchio is behind 950 resources, but still, because of the fact that Nerchio was having this third base for such a long time, 65 harvesters compared to the 48 SCVs, still way in favor of Nerchio. Yes, Beasty finished with his command center, but he should go for the gold pretty soon, and indeed he is going for the gold. He is not going to go for the top left high ground expansion, and there he is moving out with his marines. Of course, he should watch out where those infestors are, and that the tanks will be sieged up in time. Beasty now realizing, okay, here are those forces he needs to siege up with his tanks right away, and this he's doing exactly just that. So the siege tanks took out some roaches, and here is the command center moving over here at the same time. I said, hello neighbor friend, here I am, building my hatchery over there. So the tanks is just slowly, bit by bit, only bit by bit, without the prime, moving over here to allow Beasty to land his command center. Now, there is Nerchio. Maybe he wants to go for a counterattack. We don't see a bunker here, but we do see 2 siege tanks and a couple of marines raiding. So at the same time, 16 marines here at this base moving over there. There's some marines, okay, they will not be able to do anything, and no infestors on the field, so those marines are able to take out even the hatchery, and Beasty is down to, Nerchio is down to 2 bases, but now he's attacking at the natural expansion. The siege tanks on the high ground repel most of those units, but nice fungals here on those units. There's a single infested Terran pretty soon. How much damage will this guy be able to do? Now those infestors go down. This infested Terran still here gets taken out by the siege tank. Still some friendly fire here. And let's just take a look at the same time. Oh no, it's just some overlords. I was just spotting at the minimap. Broodlords already? No, wait a second. So, Nerchio is behind 2000 resources. We can see Beasty going for the +1 mech attack, the +1 infantry armor, +2 infantry attack, rebuilding this hatchery, or newly building this hatchery, but Beasty spotting this already, and Beasty with his drops being a, guess what, a beast. There he is, the planetary fortress. 0 kills on it, but quite a lot of mules, quite a lot of SCVs, and apparently Blizzard decided to remove Metalopolis because of its being Zerg favorite. The most awesomest classic maps of all time is being removed by Blizzard. Golf clap by Special Android. Roaches attacking here, and the roaches will be able to do quite some damage. Nerchio, Beasty needs to pull back with his marines, and here they are, and now they're stimmed in, and they just be able to do quite some damage. Nerchio not having any upgrades at all on the roaches. A lot of those roaches going down, another scan coming up, so Beasty, he stimmed twice already with most of his marines. Stimming a 3rd time might actually not be such a smart thing to go for, and there are some roaches trying to go for a corner, and now because of this marine stimmed so much, the roaches were actually able to do quite some damage, but with the siege tanks in the back, they finally have been repelled. So let's just take a look at the supply right now. We can see that Beasty is at 131 supply compared to the 119. Still got a pack of marines over here, the glory of Dominion statue, of course with the fearless leader of the Terran Dominion. I can't zoom in too much here, but there it is, Arcturus Mens, savior of humankind. The harvester count currently is 65 drones compared to the 41 SCVs, and looks like Zerglings are about to go for an attack here once again, but this time Beasty saying no, 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 no. Nerchio trying to say yeah, but it's not going to work out. So, the +2 infantry attack just finished for Beasty, and those siege tanks here all over the place. For example, Captain Siege Tank, just to pull off a random siege tank, killed 16 units already, so being quite successful here. And now Beasty is... I thought he would just try to go here for the high ground. I'm not so sure what he's trying to go for with these 2 siege tanks. At the same time, he's moving out here on the left side, sieging up with a couple of tanks, not too many, and we see some burrowed infestor scans coming up, taking out 2 of those infestors. Of course, this is absolutely huge, and there we can see some more units. Oh, perfect finals on all of those. The medivacs now have to heal quite a lot, and I think they might actually be able to heal enough. Still, he needs to watch out where he's going. those two siege tanks will get taken out because of those infested Terrans here on the low ground next to the siege tanks. At the same time, he continues to move over at the gold. Once again, very, very nice fungals. The Marines are all in the red. Beasty should stop with his medivacs to allow the healing of the Marines. The Marines will be able to take out this base. Not just yet, because more roaches and more infestors moving in, and now suddenly Nerchio is in the supply lead. He was behind 28 supply, and now with the fungals on the Marines, he's just getting in a better and better position. Nice job by Beasty to go for the scan, take out those burrowed infestors. More Marines move in, and this is really a back and forth game. Now Overlord got taken out, and finally I think the hatchery is going down. Beasty now back in the supply lead. Just 30 seconds ago he was behind 20 supply, now he is ahead 8 supply. Excuse me, only 3 supply, still he is ahead. This Marine just getting quite some nice drone kills off. Zerglings taking this one out right about now. Beasty is, by the way, mined out in his main, got only a few, actually still quite a lot minerals left in his natural. What about Nerchio? Not so many here. Quite a lot here, and some long distance mining going on over at the 3 o'clock natural. There we can see even missile turret going on, because Beasty cannot allow himself to just scan 24/7 at the same time. Some burrowed infestors. Do we see a missile turret here? No, we do not. So those infestors actually will be able to do quite some damage. And take a look at this here. This infestor 1 kill, this 9 kills, and Ravager infestor with the 12 kills already, still with more to come. Now spotting those, and fungal number 1 and fungal number 2 are right about now. All those SCV will go down, and Metamorph infestor now with the 25 kills here. Nerchio doing a really, really good job in that regard. Is Beasty going to move out? No, he is not. He's pulling back with a couple, but still not too many of those units, getting the +3 attack. Meanwhile, we can see a lot of production facilities over here, some more missile turrets getting built. He does not want to let this happen to his units. Once again, we can see an infestor here, another infestor no, not here anymore, only some infested Tyrants, and we can see an infestor still over here in the top left location. And yes, of course, my stream is free as always, it is HD as always, and yeah, enjoy the quality. It actually cost me quite some money for the hardware, but I'm just here to entertain all and single every one of you. Now, there we can see infestors moving out. 6 infestors in total, and they have enough energy for 6 + 4, 10 fungals in total. Now here are the Zerglings coming up. The Zerglings do have the +2 attack. The Roaches, of course, still with 0 upgrades at all. Now the supply is still looking pretty even. There are the infestors unburrowing, immediately going for a fungal and reburrowing. Going for another fungal, and there are still some more Marines left. They get fungaled as well, and all those Roaches and Zerglings, in addition to the infestors, do such a good job. Now he can continue with the fungals on the medivacs. The 4th medivac is going down as well. Still, there's some siege tanks and Marines here at the Zelnaga Tower, but now this is just open space for all of those Zerglings to take out this orbital and all the SCVs mining. There's still some SCVs were able to retreat here to the gold, but there are not many minerals left. Now Nerchio got up this base. Beasty was going for a drop here, but take a look, another lift off is forced. The supply is now looking in favor of Nerchio once again. Here's some stint Marines moving over there, taking out this infested Terrans right away. Of course, the infested Terrans are not a very durable unit. Now the Marines are actually able to take out quite a lot of units, but in the end it will not be enough. Just too many Zerglings, too many Roaches. We can take a look at the units lost once again. Still Nerchio is behind, but since he's having the way superior economy, he's actually ahead in terms of army supply. Beasty is still ahead, 78 over 23, but where is he with all of his army supply? He's not being aggressive towards Nerchio, beside from this one drop, which just took out this other expansion here at the 3 o'clock natural expansion. So much going on in this game. I apologize if I miss a drop or two. Now, we can see this hatchery at the gold is getting remade once again, but Nerchio is currently only able to mine from this base. Still Beastyqt got this base left, and because of a missile turret providing the detection, Infestor was just taking out, trying to sneak in here. I mean, we can take a look at it. Oh, there's another Infestor. He's got enough energy for actually 2 fungals, but only was able to get off a 1 fungal, so Beasty just reacting in time. We can see that Nerchio took out 67 of the Terran SCVs of Beasty. Meanwhile, 37 were only killed by Nerchio, by Beasty. So, more Infestors on the field, quite a lot, 9 Infestors. There we have so many Marines, and this is Marines only. He just did a scan now. Beasty knows about all those Infestors, and he should be very super careful. I'm still not knowing why there's not a single ghost on the field. Just imagine some cloaked ghosts with some EMPs, boom, and all those Infestors are useless. But Nerchio knows how to abuse the power of the Infestor, and there's 2 finals, and boom, 10 more Marines gone at the moment. Let's take a look at the supply once again. 135 against 117. The army supply, a little bit more important, slightly in favor of Beasty. And here are the siege tanks at the front, taking out 2 Infestors, 3 Infestors. And there are some roaches moving in, some Marines just constantly running back and forth, trying to just take out the roaches, but still don't take any damage from the Infestor. Another Infestor is going down at the same time. Some Marines running over here. They killed a single Overlord. Now they're moving over here to check if there's another base, and no, there is none. Just 2 roaches and an Overlord will get taken out. Beasty's dimming once again. Here's some more Zerglings and Infestors moving over here. Will this Medivac be able to get a raid just in time, or will the Infestors be able to find gold? And it looks like the Marine will be able to get, the Medivac will be able to get out there. Now this siege tank is here sieging up at the gold mineral line. Still we don't see any hive tech coming up by Nerchio. He's still on layer tech, and he is going for another run by, but this time there are quite some Marines there, and Beasty is having 2 orbitals here. I'm not really sure why. Oh, it was the orbital from the natural expansion. And there are some more Stimp Marines. Those Stimp Marines will be able to repel those Zerglings, and now those Zerglings are basically cornered, and all of them but 1 single Zergling, let's just call him Zergling, is not alive anymore. Is still not alive anymore. Some more roaches and Infestors moving over here, and this is a really good thing when you play as a Zerg player. Just throw down your, or throw up basically, your infested Terrans just directly next to the siege tanks to force some more friendly fire by other remaining siege tanks. We can see Nerchio is trying to rebuild this base here at the 3 o'clock. At the same time, still, because of the siege tanks here at the Zelnaga, he's not able to mine from this gold at all. And Beasty is constantly aggressive here with his drops. That's why this hatchery got already taken out 2 times in a row. Now once again Beasty is the one in the supply lead. We can see more Infestors being burrowed moving over here. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is just game number 1 of a best of 5 series, so we have more awesome games between those 2 coming up. And like I told you early on in the game, it is the classic when those 2 play against each other. Is most of the time some really entertaining games. Now, there is this hatchery is now going down. Nerchio is able to mine from this one though once again. Let's take a look at the harvester count. Beasty is down to 18 SCVs compared to the 47 drones. And even the SCVs with a fusion cutter are taking the Infestors here. And there's another scan coming up, but unfortunately the Marines will not be able to be there just in time, so Beasty needs to scan once again. Still, he's got more enough energy available to himself to go for additional scans. Here on the left side, of course, no more Infestors will be able to get through because of the missile turrets, because of the siege tanks, so the only way to move over here is with his right path. But there it is not possible as well at the moment. Nerchio even going for some long distance mining. Always go long distance mining, because long distance mining is always better than oversaturation. of a mining base because you won't be able to mine additional minerals. By the way, there is a follow command here on the drones on the right side. 4 drones just following this one drone. It is pretty funny. At the same time, Beasty is preparing to move out to go for an attack there. He's doing a scan, and the supply is now once again in favor of Nerchio. There he is moving over, and do we see some infestor fungal growth? And yes, we do. And once again, nearly all of the marines go down. Another fungal on the remaining marines is getting cast by the infestors. All the infestors go down though, but here are some zerglings moving in to clean the mess up. And still not even the +1 armor upgrade for Nerchio. I don't really like that he's not having too many upgrades. This infestor is a Slayer infestor, just went for some more kills, and he's got enough energy for 2 more fungals, so he will be able to fungal once again. Let's just see. And there he's moving in, fungaling once, and there he is fungaling twice, and now he needs to burrow and run away. So assassin infestor is an assassin, absolutely. All those zerglings will get taken out here at the Xel'Naga Watchtower. Beasty is moving in over here to the 3 o'clock, going for another scan, spotting those infestors, so for the moment he cannot attack. Now, Nerchio is in a 15 supply, 88 supply against 72 supply here, 30 minutes into the game. And the infestor play of Nerchio is just actually what not only keeps him in the game, but what also allows him to stay in the lead here. Of course, Beasty took out this expansion at the gold, but because of the siege tanks, he was not able to mine there anyway. And it's a very smart thing by Beasty to just attack on the right side and concentrate here on the right side right now. Just because so he will be able to just interrupt Nerchio here, because this is the only mining base in addition to this long distance mining he's got going on at this position. Now, here are the tanks sieged up, the roaches moving in. The marines are well spread right now, so in that regard he's doing quite a good job. Still, will it be enough? I don't know. And there's still enough energy for at least 1 fungal growth by the infestors. And Nerchio's just looking slightly better and better and better. Yes, Beasty is able to mine more. He's got himself available another 1, 2, 3, 4 mules. And I'm not really understanding why he's going for some long distance mining here if he could just easily mine here. Just build 2 missile turrets, set 10 marines over there, and just do something. Go for it. But looks like Beasty is moving out to go for another attack once again. So, Beasty, there are the marines. Here is the medevac. And there are some long distance drones getting taken out right now. At the same time, he is going for a drop in the main base. So where are the infestors? And the infestors are moving in right now. But now Beasty does not know about this. No, he does not know. So as soon as Beasty is going for an attack here, he might be able to snipe. Actually, no, actually all the tech buildings are here. Besides from the spawning pool. And he's attacking the spawning pool right now indeed. And taking out the spawning pool would absolutely huge. But there's a fungal coming up. Zerglings cleaning up. And the spawning pool survives with 187 MDK. We got a 187 here. Spawning pool. And immediately take a look how smart Nerchio is, rearranging the spine crawlers to prevent this spawning pool from taking additional damage. Got the infestors in position here as well. Beasty still gets 2 of those marines in this one single medevac. And there we can see some SCVs getting transferred over there. Once again, Metamorph Infestor number 2. Let's take a look at how many SCVs were killed. 102 SCVs, 65 drones. So Nerchio still in the lead here. The more red you see, the better it looks for Nerchio. The more orange you see, the better it looks for Beasty at the moment. And now Nerchio is moving over here to the 3 o'clock, to the 9 o'clock natural expansion. The marines are in a good position to just take out as many as zerglings as possible. Remember, the zerglings only got 0 armor upgrades, so they die pretty fast to the marines. Nerchio is still not going for any upgrades. 5 roaches in production for him. Oh, this overlord's okay, doing nothing at all, chilling around. This one single Zergling got taken out by the fusion cutter. Here is the hero SCV, still a recruit, but one kill is a one killer. Do you know any SCVs who can say, oh yeah, I already killed such a beast? And looks like Nerchio is preparing to attack once again here on the right line. By the way, this is the first game and we are 42 freaking minutes and 24 seconds into the game right now. And finally, Nerchio is going for an upgrade, but this time it is not an armor or an attack upgrade, but it is the neural parasite. We can see a siege tank here on the high ground basically saying, not going to happen. And looks like Beastyqt is planning to move this orbital and to land it here at the 9 o'clock. Indeed, he is doing this. Metamorph Infestor, by the way, got enough energy to go for a fungal once again. The supply currently is just stabilized for both players. Nerchio on 110. Beastyqt on 103. Let's take a look at the units lost. 44,000 resources for Nerchio, so 35 for Beastyqt. What does this mean? Oh, this does mean infested Terrans all over the place. This does also mean if both players will be mined out sooner or later, Beastyqt will be ahead because he just killed way more stuff already, and this also means that Nerchio will be mined out a little bit faster and the Marines just running over here. Now, Metamorph Infestor was finally spotted. He got a total of 28 kills, got taken out, and this time he is finally free. Should build a missile turret. Oh, he's got one. He has got the siege tanks there, and looks like Nerchio is preparing to move out once again. Let's see. How much damage will he be able to do? Now, the army supply is 85 for Nerchio, 64 for Beastyqt. So Nerchio is currently having more stuff on the field. It looks like Beastyqt is planning to go for a transition of some kind because he is adding 2 starports. Here they are. Is he going to go for some weird battlecruiser tech? Actually, I don't think so. Maybe some Banshee play. We can see a first Banshee is already in production, but there's an Overseer. The Overseer might actually get taken out by the missile turret. And there's a neural parasite and a fungal on the siege tanks and on the Marines. More fungals coming up, and this could actually be it. Now Nerchio here not got many more hard fighting units left. Not only some of those 8 roaches, and the rest is basically infestors. And even though Beastyqt was able to stabilize, get up in economy once again, Nerchio here on his last dying breath being quite aggressive at the same time. Beastyqt was able to do some damage here, but he said, defending 100 supply army with 5 infestors and winning, you deserve to win. GG is called, and after 45 minutes and 58 seconds, Nerchio takes game number 1, and game number 2 will be up right away.